7 in all. And today I'm coming to you with my picks for curriculum for our 4th grade homeschool year. So, you know, in homeschool, we're not actually super serious about grade levels, but I'm saying 4th grade to give us the best idea of approximately 9 years old, approximately 4th grade level. In some subjects it might be a little bit more advanced, in some subjects it might be a little bit more behind in a sense. This is because we can adapt to the needs of that child. So these are my picks for our 4th grade homeschooled child, the specific one, not for what all 4th grade homeschoolers should do. But this is what we'll be using, and we are pretty heavy on math. That's just kind of part of our family. That's part of what we're doing with this 4th grader too. So we have Delta, Math UC is what we're going to be doing for 4th grade, but we're also going to be doing Arithmetic 4 from Abeka as well. So that's 2 complete math programs. And the reason I have the teacher's key here instead of the student workbook is symbolic, because Arithmetic 4 is the first time at which I start actually getting the teacher's key out when I'm checking papers, because for grades kindergarten through 3, I don't bother with it. It's just faster to do the math inside my head rather than actually go dig out the answer key and figure it out. But by the time we get to 4th grade, this is when I'm like, no, I'm not doing that long division. I'm not adding up all those numbers. We're going to get the answer key. I do think that Abeka is a lot stronger on just lots and lots of problem solving, and I actually would, in my terms, I would call this tedious. Some kids need a bit of tedious math. Math UC is, I would say, a easier level, more conceptual base, not so tedious as Abeka is, but that's what we're going with right now for math. Along with, we'll be doing the intermediate series. She's completed the 3 books of the intermediate series, Kidneys, Liver, and Mineshaft, but we're going to be going through them again just to really cement these concepts covered, and then moving from Life of Fred intermediate series. Later on in the year, hopefully, we will get into fractions by the end of the year. Now, Life of Fred. So this is why I'm okay with a bit of the tedious workbook math, because Life of Fred is our fun, conceptual math. So we have a little bit of both. This might be a lot of math for some people, but our family does a lot of math. This is more my mom's preference and personality. I am more the English side, but we balance each other out in this way. Then for language, we're going to be doing Abeka, 4th grade language, which I do think Abeka is very strong, not so much at really the heart of writing and the soul of writing, but they are strong at punctuation, capitalization, the nitty-gritty of just, you got to know this grammar, you got to know how to identify terms of speech. So there's a lot of worksheets about that. These are good. So she'll be doing that. Next, we'll be doing Worldly Wise for our vocabulary building. She should probably be in book 3 more because she just finished book 2, but we don't have book 3, so we're going to use what we have. And you'll see something that this is, as a large homeschooling family, this is a big money saver. Says do not write in this book. I'm pretty sure this is the exact same Worldly Wise book 4 that I used when I was little. But we don't always write in our workbooks. A lot of times we just write in a notebook to complete the exercises so that we can save some types of books from child to child. This doesn't work with all workbooks. With some of them it's really not worth it, but with some of them it is. So that's vocabulary development. For spelling, Spelling UC's level D, which is pretty fun. I like Spelling UC a lot. It's not the traditional just spelling list. There's reading a passage and marking different types of letters within it. Then you copy out the passage, you take dictation from the passage, and you eventually have a dictation test from each passage so you can see. So I like that they're kind of learning. They're usually history related or about different historical characters or scientific events. So I like that there's information in here, not just spelling, but it's not just like following certain spelling rules. So So we've liked this quite a bit. That's for spelling. And then for readers, we'll be doing a lot of these types of books. I'll show them to you kind of individually. We have the Usborne Young Reading Purple level, the very scientific name of Purple level. There's easier ones that are like red spines and blue spines, but she's up to the purple spines now. And a lot of the ones we have are kind of versions of classics: The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Pride and Prejudice, Othello, The Odyssey, Jane Eyre, Anne Frank. So what I do really like about these is it gives a simplified version of a classic piece of literature that they probably will experience later on in middle school, in high school, which I like the real thing. Actually, when I was a kid, I hated books like this because I just wanted to read the real thing. But not all kids are ready for that. And this does build a lot of memory pegs so that later on when she reads Jane Eyre, she's going to be able to remember a lot more of it and understand it. Or when she reads The Odyssey or Othello, if she reads that. I'm not a big fan of Shakespeare. Pride and Prejudice, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's building kind of just memory pegs. It's building a basis for understanding the plot of these really big books. We also have a few, I have more, but I have some of this Usborne Beginner's History series, which these are just very factual about different things. What I like in these, if you're pretty familiar with the Usborne Encyclopedia for Children, they always have these kind of little cartoon pictures, but these have also pictures of real images of stuff related to art and statues and real stuff from that time period or landscapes. So I really like the real pictures in this a lot. That really makes these stand out to me. So we use these as readers. I also just picked up a couple of Who Was books. We've never used these before. I think those will be a fun addition. And she's still really like just at the beginning of kind of more independently reading, hoping by later on in the school year, we'll be getting to more of just like handing her a historical fiction book type of thing and getting into more reading. It's like, you know, at some point it really clicks and they can start just really enjoying it. So I'm hoping to get to that. But in the meantime, we are still using kind of more the, not beginner readers, but early level readers. And sometimes we do still have her read with us so that we're working on reading comprehension, pronouncing words, making sure she's not skipping words, building those good reading habits for the future. Then we have our group subjects, which our group subjects will be Chinese. And if I could find an open and go curriculum that was not meant for college or upper high school level for Chinese, I would absolutely use it. I'm such a curriculum girl, but I have not found that. So we're using what we can find, which I like Sage books a lot, the Sage formula for learning your first 500 characters, but I haven't been able to find level 1 or 2 at all. I think I've only been able to find one book of level 3. And then I have all of 4 and 5. So that's super useful when they haven't been able to do the first couple of levels. The idea is that they can learn 500 really commonly used characters in Chinese one at a time by reading short stories with them, which I love this idea. It's just kind of frustrating to use it when you have to start in the middle and then I have to fill in all the characters that they haven't learned yet. So we've been attempting to use these. They still work okay, but it's not the way it was designed to be used. We have Chinesey, which is mostly kind of just for the fun of it, exploring etymology a little bit. This you may have seen on Instagram or Facebook or the internet. I think they're pretty popular there. They have a lot of, they put Chinese characters into pictures to help kind of show the etymology of where these characters came from. So this is G, and they kind of drew it to look like a chicken because that's what it is. It's for chicken. Or Shang and Xia, going up, going down, and different pictures. It's kind of mnemonic devices. It's more for fun. I don't think that this is a cohesive way to learn Chinese, but it's fun. It builds memory. It builds familiarity. You need a couple different things, especially with learning a language. And we got this. It's a classic, First 1,000 Words in Chinese. That's always a lot of fun. So we got that Usborne book. That's our Chinese group work, group topic. And for history, we're going to be doing Mystery of History 2 days a week. And this is volume 4. We have volumes 3 and volumes 4. We don't have 1 and 2, so I just opted we'll do 4 this year. Maybe if we're able to get new curriculum, we'll get a different level of it next year, because one of my sisters has done this one before. The other one hasn't. But we're going to be doing this all as a group and really getting into it, really doing the cards and the activities and all the tests. So we're going to try to do this really thoroughly, because the year that my one sister did this was actually kind of a crazy life year. So it was kind of a back to the basics homeschool year, which if you're familiar with homeschool, you probably have had those years too. But we're going to be doing this really good this year. So we're planning to do this 2 days a week, and then we're planning to do the Gather Round South America unit for the other 2 days of the week to start off our year with. And that will be our group subjects. So that's 4th grade. Thanks so much for watching. We'd love to have you stick around, so like this video and do subscribe to our channel to see more from our adventurous homeschooling family. Bye!